Okay, my name's Dominic Tate. I'm going to be presenting on pair archery. So jumping into classification, we have three types of classification for pair archery. We have W1, W2, and standing. W in W1 and 2 stands for wheelchair. Wheelchair 1 is a severe impairment and visually impaired category, and they use assistive devices, which are common, such as chest straps and others. W2 is wheelchair 2, and it's for less severe impairments compared to wheelchair 1, often impairments of lower limbs. Standing is impairments that often affect their upper body, but they can still stand. A lot of times you have the same classification, and it'll either be a sitting or standing, and they're the same distance and whatnot. So the equipment you can use for para archery, it's the exact same uh, for able-bodied archery, and there's the recurve bow and the compound bow. So starting with the recurve bow, the heavier you pull it back, the heavier it gets. This is not as common for para archery because there's a lot more physicalness that requires you to shoot it. It can shoot at higher velocity. Archers stand 70 meters back, and the target is slightly larger than a compound bow target to make up for the distance. Compound bow. The bow holds most of the weight when drawing it back, make it more accessible for everyone. And like I said, this is the kind of bow that you're going to see in para archery. It's definitely more accurate, and the archer stands 50 meters back compared to 70, and the target is smaller in diameter out of any target. It's only 80 centimeters of a bullseye compared to its predecessor, recurve bow, 122 centimeters. So assistive devices. So six total assistive devices that are allowed in competition for para archery. There's the release brace, wheelchair, stool, prosthetic, mouth tab, which you can kind of see in this photo, and elbow strap. Rules and potential penalties. So it's very easy to understand and very easy to learn. There's a time limit that is set at 4 minutes, and you shoot 6 arrows. Archers must not cross the shooting line to make sure the distance of either 50 meters or 70 meters is the same for everyone. Equipment must comply with regulations, and athletes who are not in the same class have to have modifications to make the playing field even, such as blind athletes and other athletes also need blindfolds for W1 classification. Therefore, if somebody is not as blind, they have like half of their vision, everybody needs to wear a blindfold. You can also compete if you wear a blindfold and you can see. It's just like wheelchair basketball. Not everybody has to have um like the use of legs not being able to work. Jumping into scoring. So the modern target, which you see here in this photo, is a combination between a French and an English target. Each ring represents 1 point. The outer ring is 1 point and the bullseye is 10 points. At the international level, for compound bows, 4 rings on the outside are removed. So what you're seeing here in this photo is a recurve bow target. Um, at the compound, it removes the 4 outer rings because competition is so accurate with the compound bow. Each ring represents 1 point. So say the first ring of the black, that would be 7 points because it's 3 rings up. Closer to the bullseye, if you hit the bullseye, it's 10 points. So this is my uh, Paralympian athlete that I chose. His name's Matt Stutzman. He's the armless archer, is what they call him. So he won a silver medal in 2012 London Paralympic Games. He was adopted at 2 months old because his parents didn't really want the pressure of raising a kid without any arms. He was born without them. So, so he originally started archery to put food on the table for his 3 kids. He joined local competitions for some extra cash, and 2012 was his first Paralympic Games and has returned ever since. He eats with his feet, drives a regular car with his feet, shoots a regular bow, with only a chest strap with the release to hold back the bowstring. So everything in his life is very inspiring. He doesn't like to have shortcuts or anything, anybody or anything help him out. So when he's eating, he'll just have a fork and he'll just eat it with his feet. When he's driving, it's just a regular car. There's no adaptations. So he just steers with his foot. It's actually amazing. So here's a picture of him driving with his foot. I chose this sport and athlete because of the inspiration behind it. Matt does everything able-bodied human does and considers himself able-bodied. So in his eyes, he doesn't even see that he really has the disability. Um, and he was asked in an interview if he would ever change that, and he said not a thing he would change about it. He loves his life the way it is and the way he went about it, and that's very respectable in my eyes. So para archers have very little adaptations compared to other Paralympic sports. Para archers can compete with some of the best able-bodied archers in the world. Why I love this sport so much is because there's really no difference between able-bodied archery and para archery. It's the exact same thing, and the competition is neck and neck with each other. Honestly, if you're looking at strictly the targets, you wouldn't even be able to tell if it's a para archer or an able-bodied archer, and I think that's really amazing about this. Matt's a really good example of that, that the skill is just right there. There's no lacking of it, and I think that's really cool. Here are my references, and thank you for watching.